So allow yourself to be happy. Like, there isn't much to elaborate on this point. If you are somebody like me, you tend to not be happy, you tend to literally be suffering most of the time. And there is one thing which I want to say about that. And it's just that you should allow yourself to be happy. Because the thing about suffering and hardships and all those kinds of stuff is that when you are going through those periods for a long period of time, or they are constantly repeating, they evoke certain emotions. And the problem with that is that it creates that sort of like an infinite loop. And so whenever you have a bad time, you are suffering, you are going through hardship, those emotions which arise throughout that period are highly addictive. And in the sense that when, as I mentioned, it's a repeated process or it goes for a long time, your body gets addicted to those emotions, it gets used to them. And so what that means is that whenever you try to go and feel finally happy, you try to stop suffering, you try to change your life, it's super difficult because you somewhat like crave feeling those bad emotions. And that's the problem about it, because finally trying to change your life, finally be happy and so on, is suddenly so out of your comfort zone that you can't really do it, and you always fall back to those depressed states. And it's just because you got addicted to those bad emotions. Like, if you are somebody like me, you tend to listen to music all the time, and you like the music which evokes certain emotions, and so you listen to certain types of music in certain situations when you feel a certain way. And so when you are somebody like that, what you tend to do is basically what I mentioned. So whenever you are feeling sad, you listen to sad music. Whenever you are feeling happy, you listen to hype music or energetic music in general. And so what that means is that when you try to, this will be somewhat specific, so it might not be relatable to most people, but it might be relatable to you. And so when you're going through the periods of hardship and you try to go and escape that situation, you try to change your situation, you start to improve yourself, and you are basically trying to finally be happy. The problem with that is even when things go right, you are suddenly feeling much better. The problem is that you will try to get your bad emotions back. And that's because, as I mentioned, you get addicted to those emotions because they became somewhat like your baseline, like your comfort zone. The fact that you have been suffering for such a long time has created or made it to be somewhat like your base, something that you can return to when something changes, because people fear change. And so when you get accustomed to feeling pain, to feeling suffering, to feeling depressed, it's much harder for you to feel happy, even though being happy is much better, if you know what I mean. So it's kind of weird in a sense, but you get addicted to those emotions. And so, as I mentioned, if things go right, you suddenly start feeling a bit better. What you will start to do, or rather your body will start to crave those bad emotions, because suddenly you find yourself to be in an uncomfortable situation, to be out of your comfort zone, because you aren't used to those emotions anymore, for being in the state of depression, in the state of suffering for so long. And so you will want to go back to those bad emotions. And so, as I mentioned, that specific example, you will go on YouTube and you will start listening to sad songs just to feel that comfort zone going back to you, just to feel those bad emotions, because that's something you have became used to. So what I actually want to make clear in this video is it's pretty simple. Just allow yourself to be happy. And what that means is that even if you have to do it forcefully, then do it. And so what you should do is to avoid or just forcefully not go back to those emotions, even if you crave doing so. And so if you find yourself searching for bad song, or not bad, but sad songs on YouTube, don't do it. Instead, listen to something that's happy, that's energetic. And an interesting fact is that your emotional state isn't something that is created by your body, something that's dictating how you should feel. That's definitely not it. You are the one who decides how you feel. And so when you feel sad, what you can do, it's pretty simple. You can start smiling, but that's somewhat awkward. It can even seem like you are, well, out of your mind. So I don't like doing this, but it's something that can work. Instead, as I mentioned, listen to something happy, listen to some kind of a happy song, energetic song. And so, since emotions are something that you can control, and you are the one who decides if you want to be happy or not, when you play and listen to happy music, then you will be able to change your state of unhappiness into a state of happiness just by doing so. And to make it clear, if you are chasing those sad emotions, those depressed emotions, because you got used to them, just keep it in mind that you should allow yourself to be happy, and it's only making it worse when you do so. And so instead, chase happy emotions and allow yourself to be happy. And so if you like what I am talking about, you resonate with all the stuff, then you can check the first link in the description. It's still in the test phase, so you can get a pretty nice offer, and you will be the one who will also help me build that product. And so if you want to learn something else after checking that link, you can watch this video next.